and welcome inside the Iron Coug kitchen. I'm your host, Rachel Trost. Tonight, Allie and Christina duke it out to see who will stay and who will go home.
It's a real passion of mine.
I'm gunning for it.
Got that on lockdown.
I'm more of a spontaneous cook.
I'll do anything to win, so watch out.
I don't know what I'm bringing.
Chefs, bring me your receipts. It appears that if Christina wins the match, she will receive Allie's 2 cents. And if Allie wins the match, she will receive Christina's $5.57.
Hey, I'm Allie. I'm the token half Greek. I've got my secret weapon, which is always some feta cheese. Can't have a meal without it.
Hey, I'm Christina Jones, also known as the Cupcake Girl. So, I've been cooking forever, since I was at least 12 years old, and definitely plan to bring it all tonight.
Our judges, Brittany Rohrbach, Brian Tesh, Julia Burton, and our guest judge, a local McDonald's assistant manager, Logan Fink.
The guest judge, Logan, I think it's going to be interesting because he's a manager in training, I think it said on his Facebook. I kind of Facebook stalked him a little bit. And so manager in training at McDonald's, and I've tried talking to him a little bit. He's kind of like standoffish, but I don't know. He seems pretty hardcore about it.
The guest judge. He seems really sweet, but you know what? When it comes to judging, he knows his food. He's a manager at McDonald's here, which is perfect because it's like a college job, but he knows food and he's around it all the time. And I just like to play. I don't know what I'm doing. If it turns out well, it does. So I'm a little nervous to see how he's going to judge it, but he seems like a sweet guy. So hopefully he'll pity our situation. Take it easy on us.
Everything seems to be in order. You have 1 hour. You may begin now.
The meal I'm making tastes healthy, it tastes fresh, and it's hearty, and I have a little secret that I'm gonna pull out that I didn't make, but I'm gonna doctor up, so it's kind of like I made it, which makes the dish a whole lot better. So stay tuned. It's kind of Greek, kind of a specialty thing. So hopefully the judges like that kind of acquired taste. If not, I might get the chopping block. So hopefully it'll be a good secret weapon and not turn against me. At least I know how to use vegetables in my cooking.
You know, Allie's a strong competitor. I mean, she knows what she's cooking. She, uses fresh vegetables like I do, and she actually doesn't just cook everything from the box like so many people do. But she doesn't have any meat. And I'm a meat girl. I'm a steak and potatoes type of girl. Like, I always have to have at least a little bit of meat in my meals. So I think that's gonna be her downfall, that she prefers lots more vegetables than actual meat. And we have a guy on the panel, and the rest like mac and cheese and stuff like that, and that's carbs. And girls love meat.
I want to know what she's making. She's got a banana over there, broccoli, chicken, and sugar.
Yeah, what is she gonna make with it? She just makes everything with a B.
Tonight I'm going to be making a garlic herb encrusted chicken with some steamed broccoli, and then also some banana, like brown sugar bananas with maybe a little twist now that I've seen the spices.
These mushrooms, I think I put the mushrooms in a little bit too late, so hopefully they'll soften up a bit. And it won't overcook the tomatoes, but at least the tomatoes cooking will get some flavor. So I wasn't worried about the time, and I'm not very good. I can't cut well. I can't do anything very well. It's all guess and check. So it was nice that I had time to kind of think things through a bit. So that was good. In a rush, I would have totally messed up.
30 minutes.
I'm a fighter. I've been going on with 3 weeks of sickness, and I'm still fighting. And so tonight I'm going to fight. I'm going to win because I have the drive and determination to make the best meal.
I wanted to do something a little bit nicer, but it turned out I couldn't. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I know my competitor over here had some trouble too, so I think we're both kind of skimping. I'm a big love bread, and I'm particular about it. So I would have toasted the bread with the olive oil and let it soak in a little bit more with the rosemary.
I thought Allie's sister was a little bland. It's all carbs. You guys see that? It was all carbs. Maybe, a little like presentation onion. Ooh, presentation onion. Like, it was all carbs, and that's good to an extent, but you get so full from carbs so quick, and it's overloading. Cheese, bread, and pasta. and oil. Let's.
What's it like cooking? Jesus came from school.
Oh yeah.
I really don't know. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see.
minutes.
The time limit was nice. That hour for that particular dish was so easy.
With the time constraint, I thought that it was gonna be so much easier. Like, I was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be done like 20 minutes before, and I was down to the last 10 minutes, hurrying, and then in the last minute, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to finish up my presentation, and then Rachel says, you know, put your hands up, and I was like, oh my God. And so hopefully my dish turned out well, though.
Three, 2, 1. Utensils down. Time's up.
We have a garlic herb encrusted chicken. Bananas with, it's a butter, cinnamon sugar, and dark brown sugar glaze. The broccoli isn't normal broccoli. I poured some lemon pepper in the steamed water and then poured a little bit more lemon pepper on top and let it cook and sit for a little bit.
I really enjoyed the chicken. The inside was a little dry for my taste, but the seasoning was very well done. I'm not really a big kind of like garlicky herb fan, but it was very well done. One of the best chickens I've had since I've been here.
On that, the presentation was very well done. It was very creative. I've never had banana and chicken on the same plate. The chicken was very good, but I was not a fan of the breading. It was really powdery for me. As soon as it went in my mouth, it kind of just fell off. But I think the banana was my favorite part.
Okay, so I'm gonna disagree with you on the chicken though. I thought that was the best part of the meal. I thought that possibly you were gonna overpower it with the herbs, and I thought the breading was actually a really nice touch. It went together well with the chicken. It was pretty well done, seeing that you had only a set amount of time. I wasn't expecting anything perfect. All in all, solid dish. Broccoli, it was good. It was different though. That was the one thing. I usually like my broccoli kind of in a heavier sauce. I mean, it was good, but I mean, if somebody made it and it was like my date's mom, I'd say it was good. It was like averagey good. And the bananas I thought was interesting. I didn't really know what to think about it because I thought it tasted like a candy yam. Like I was expecting something more really heavy sugars, but it was light. It tasted like a candy yam. And presentation, I mean, I was more expecting chicken and waffles. I'm that kind of guy instead of chicken and bananas. But all in all, I think you did a solid job.
Thank you.
Okay. The chicken was good, but I agreed with Brittany that it was too much, and it was really powdery, and it definitely just kind of broke off when it hit your mouth. It was like too much to handle, and it kind of overtook the chicken. Same with the broccoli too. I liked the lemon, and I thought it was a good idea, and I thought it was really like innovative, but it kind of took over the broccoli taste, and I couldn't really taste the broccoli. But your bananas were really good. That was the best part, and your presentation was lovely.
All right, Christina. I thought it was a really good dish. I liked the way it looked. I've never had dessert on the same plate as my actual food, but I thought you did it really well. It's kind of a battle of the sexes going on over here. I'm gonna have to agree with Tesh on the chicken. I thought it was really good. It was perfectly cooked for me. The breading, it was a really nice touch. I've never actually had lemon chicken with breading on it. Normally it's just kind of herbs and just the chicken breast and the lemon. I thought it was really good. The only critique I could have about the chicken is that the breading, it did kind of fall off, so maybe like if you didn't use like an egg wash type thing to put the breading on there, that would have really helped keep it sticking to the chicken. And also, I think the breading kind of absorbed the lemon juice a little too much, so that's where I got a lot of the lemon flavor was from the breading. But because like the breading for me, it stuck to the chicken pretty well. It was all really nice, brought together, really good chicken. As for the broccoli, it was different, very different in a good way. I'm normally, cheese on my broccoli, that's it. The lemon was a little overpowering.
So, I got the men's votes, and so I felt pretty good about that. I mean, later on in life, am I going to be cooking for women? No, men. So I think that I'm gonna do great.
So basically, the vegetables, there's red onion, like almost cherry tomatoes, a little bit bigger than cherry tomatoes, and mushrooms, and they were sauteed in parsley, oregano, salt, pepper, and then balsamic vinegar and olive oil, and then just thrown in the pasta with some feta. And then the Kalamata olive bread, I wish I made that, but the Kalamata olive bread itself was bought, so I wouldn't judge so much on the bread itself because that would be a little bit cheating. But I did doctor it up with some olive oil and some rosemary, which is one of my favorites. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
I'm not a big feta cheese fan, but I actually kind of really liked it in this dish. In some areas it's a little thick, like there are a lot of big chunks in areas, and I wish it was a little bit more spread around, but pasta with all the spices and herbs was very delicious, and the bread was just complemented it very well. I'm glad you actually did something to the bread besides just leaving it and just being like, oh, here's a slice of bread. So overall, it was I really liked it. Definitely a good dish.
And I was a little nervous about seeing you chop up the mushrooms and the onions because I'm not really a big fan, but it was all mixed together, so I didn't really have a choice. And I'm really glad that I did eat it because it was amazing. And the feta cheese was a really nice touch in between all the noodles and all. And the rosemary, if I could give you one critique about the entire dish, it would probably be the rosemary because, I don't know, it just tasted kind of like I was eating like a twig every time. But it was fantastic. It tasted really good. Good job.
Okay, so the one thing I will agree on the feta, that was I'm gonna make it a compliment sandwich here. We're gonna start with a piece of bad bread. So the feta was a little thick. I love feta though, so it wasn't that bad of a deal. I wish it could have been spread out a little more, but with the time constraints, I mean, you're not gonna chop it up. I can understand. The pasta itself, al dente. I don't know what the Greek word is for it, but it was perfectly done. Wasn't too hard. Wasn't too soft. Just like you, Ali Demopoulos. And the other part about it that I did not like was the onions. I thought they were a little too sweet, and it was like finding a lucky charm in my pasta almost. I was surrounded by wonderful mushrooms and great bread and even an edible garnish. I found this like sweet bits and well presented, solid dish. We'll see what you get.
Okay, I really like your garnish. It's really cute. Looks like a flower.
Tastes even better.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna eat a whole onion. Anyways, I really, really liked your pasta. I thought it was really good. I loved the feta. I thought it gave a good punch to the whole overall meal. The only thing I wish you could have done is put maybe some basil in the pasta. That would have been really, really good.
All right. This pasta dish was nothing short of amazing. I really loved it. I thought you took a risk not doing a protein like Christina did. A lot of really solid dishes get meat with it, but this was actually a really good vegetarian dish. I really enjoyed it. Not a fan of the feta, but this was really good. It actually, to me, with the combination of the veggies and the balsamic, it actually made it kind of more like a mozzarella kind of taste with the feta feel, if that makes sense. So I really liked it. I thought another risky thing was I watched you put all that balsamic in there. I thought it was really going to overpower everything, but it added a nice tang to it. And then the sweet onions actually, that's where I'm going to disagree with Tesh, is that I thought it actually, having the sweet onions made it really good because it did kind of give that little like Lucky Charm nugget type thing to help balance out the tanginess of the balsamic. And the bread was amazing. I really liked it. I thought the rosemary was going to overpower it a little bit when I saw it slathered on my bread, but it actually looked really good and tasted really good. Only concern I would have about this dish was the pasta. It was a little too varied for me. I would have liked to see like maybe just one type of pasta, like maybe a rotini or something like that, because otherwise it just looked really busy on the plate. And then the bread, instead of like baking the whole thing of bread and then cutting it and putting everything, it would have been really nice to have more of a crunch to it, so slicing it, putting the olive oil and all that, and then toasting it. But overall, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it.
That was a very good point. I should have cut it up before and made it crisper. But overall, I'm happy with it, and I hope they're not leading me on because it sounded all right. So hopefully, we'll see what happens.
I did not like the broccoli at all.
It was too lemony.
Okay.
It was like watery.
I thought it was too lemony.
It was just really watery.
I thought that the bananas were good, but it was a little too sour.
I'm going to disagree on the
Oh, I
broccoli
love-
though.
one
I
type
just-
of lemon.
I-
Like either
Yeah.
put the
Yeah.
lemon juice on top of it and toss it, or just
Yeah, because
suck
some
it.
were just, it
Right.
was just a broccoli texture with the lemon taste, and
Right,
the rest
yeah.
were just like, oh, this is a nice little tinge of lemon.
And the chicken was cooked good, but it's not that hard to cook chicken. Seemed like it just kind of
Yeah, I feel
grew
like
on some bread.
I feel like it was like those KFC commercials, where they just
Yeah.
like throw the bread and all the powder
It
just
all
like
just goes
flies up
everywhere.
into the air. That's kind of what it reminded
See, I
me
like
of.
that. Mine didn't though. It was just like right on my mouth, and it was two distinct tastes. And I thought that it was just going to be like garlic, 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 garlic,
I
and it
didn't really
wasn't.
taste the garlic that much. It
I
added
didn't either.
something, but
It
it
added
wasn't
tasted
something.
a
It
lot
was
of
very
lemon
subtle.
on everything.
It just tasted like bread powder.
Yeah.
That's like all I
She's going to lose points with me. I feel bad because just
It
the
was
bad
very
luck of the
creative.
draw.
It was a good.
I don't know
it was
about
good.
ordering a dish that has meat, vegetables, and dessert on one plate.
I love bananas. I hate yams, and she made a banana taste like a yam.
At this point, I am a little worried about the final score because I do not know the secret ingredient that Allie kept talking about that she put in her meal. And so, I don't know, it could be the best meal in the world. And I don't know. I'm a little worried.
delicious.
It was
really
really
good.
good. Again, I have to go back to the pasta. There was the pasta was good, but the type of pasta there was way too much going on there. Fucking,
Yeah, the
like,
different
Well, it's still
shapes,
wacky.
the colors.
Colors, everything.
I
Exactly.
thought it all looked really nice and colorful.
Well,
It
You
would
have,
have been
like,
nice if
different-
it was like the colorful ones, but
Yeah.
it stuck to one type. Like this is, it
There
felt
were
like a very
it's hard to get
sophisticated.
shells. There
Exactly.
were
It was-
like
Yeah.
It was
just
a
a
very
lot going on.
sophisticated dish with fun pasta.
See,
Either like
You
know,
wanted very
either some
sophisticated
other.
pasta.
It's like
along.
having
Exactly.
a 4-year-old go
Well,
to a
I will
gourmet
agree that we're
restaurant.
not cooking for 5-year-olds, but at the same time, when I was actually tasting, I really didn't get
No,
the
I mean-
distinction because I think she did. She went a little with the gusto on the olive oil, but it actually tasted pretty good.
I thought it was delicious. I loved the
I love
cheese.
the feta
Loved the
cheese
feta.
in between
I'm
there.
not a
Yeah,
big
you
feta
could,
fan, but she actually
Yeah, you could
liked the
taste it.
feta for lunch.
I didn't like the
delicious.
rosemary.
Feta cheese.
Feta cheese. Opa. It was delicious though. I thought it was really good.
Well, that was gosh. When I taste something, I want it to taste like have a consistent taste, and it was really good, well-made pasta. And she did those flipping onion chunks. Am I the only one that just didn't like
I
it?
don't like
I
onions,
really liked it.
and
I
I thought it was
great.
perfect.
I only took a
And I don't like mushrooms, but
Ah.
just everything together was perfect.
I liked how
only-
each bite tasted different.
She
Yeah.
would have
Yeah,
won by
very
a
variety.
landslide
Oh,
if she
yeah.
didn't use those onions. Those onions pretty much brought it back. So
So
My only
weird. I
complaint
didn't
with the
even, like,
vegetables
notice
was they were too cooked. Like maybe just a little bit more
A little bit more.
Vegetable.
vegetable. Yeah, exactly.
a little more give to them. Yeah.
By the sounds of the critiques of the judges with Christina's dish and my dish, it sounded a little bit more positive on my end, but because the dishes were so distinct, I really don't know. Hopefully, we'll see.
Anytime? Okay. First be judged, Christina.
It wasn't, the bread was kind of falling off, the breadcrumbs. Maybe cooked it a little longer, but I would have ruined the chicken if I cooked the crumbs longer. So it was a give and take there, but maybe just did less breadcrumbs.
First be judged, Christina. First category, presentation. 4.
4.
3.
4.
4.
Second category, creativity. 3.5.
4.
3.5.
3.5.
4.
And finally, taste. 7.5.
5.
6.5.
6.5.
7.5.
Christina's final score results in 70 out of 100. Second to be judged, Allie. First category, presentation. 4.
3.
4.
3.5.
4.
Second category, creativity. 4.
2.
3.
4.
3.
And finally, taste. 8.5.
9.
7.5.
9.
8.5.
Allie's final score results in 77 out of 100, which means Allie will advance to the next round. Christina, hand over your gift card. Allie, you are now one step closer to becoming the Iron Coug.
I wasn't happy with some of the people that gave me like a 3 and 3.5 because that's the hardest part I worked on was the presentation, and I thought the presentation was amazing, especially the way I set it up. Compared to Allie's, like it was just all pasta in one dish.
I did get very wary in the beginning because they gave me really low scores. I thought, as far as not what I deserved, but compared to Christina's, they gave me very low scores compared to Christina's on the first 2 categories, which I believe were presentation and creativity. And then the scores rose with taste, thank goodness, because I was getting nervous there for a second. But we only had a 7-point discrepancy out of 100, which I thought was pretty, I mean, it was a close race, so I'm just happy I won.
Overall, I think that was one of the best meals I've cooked. So if they don't like it, then I'm gonna cook it again for a bunch of friends and we'll enjoy it there.
I'm gonna be your competitor.
If she buckles down, I honestly think she can do it.
I'm thinking for next round, maybe I'm feeling a burger, because you can do a lot with it, maybe some pesto, some avocado, something, not together, because that would be weird, but I don't know, a burger with some fun stuff.
You know, at the worst case scenario, I go home, I'm baking for a bunch of friends, and we have a good old time. You know, judges don't determine how good of a cook I am. Finally, it's the people around me that I cook for.
I love to go all the way, and I'm ready.
Alright. I know 6th grade right now. Instant caramel. And then when it comes out, so it doesn't dry. Still eating. Hey Nick, I'm almost done.
Make do with that amount of feta, which isn't much, but more was gonna break the bank. So, see how that goes. Just put the Kalamata olive bread in the oven, which unfortunately I didn't make myself, but I'm gonna doctor it up a bit as a nice little side to the pasta. Pile on carbs, what I like to call it. That feta cheese. It's beautiful. Ugh. I could eat it plain. Fatty. Yuck.
You're the first person that's known that in like 60 years, David.
Oh, you kicked my ass. I don't know how to cook. There'd be no competition.
Time bonus.
It's vegetables and